Tell me something. Who hasn't heard of Mario? Who hasn't played a Mario game before? I mean, only the person who have vendettas against video games, but other than that, everyone's played a Mario game eventually, and if you haven't, what kind of rock do you live under? Anyway, with it being Mario's 35th anniversary, I think that there's no better way to celebrate it than to review every single main series Mario game throughout Mario's entire history. So, like I said, Eli Guy is the original creator of this format, and like I said, he allowed me to use it, so shout outs to him, like I said in the intro. But yeah, so basically, what I'm going to be doing is, I'm going to be taking a look at every single Mario game, and basically just giving my review on it. And of course, at the end, I'll give it a score of what I think it gets. The score is going to be from a 1 to 10. But just going to let you know, none of the games are 1. But I mean, there is one that's close to 1, but I'm not going to get to that. But you won't have to wait that long. So, yeah. But that said, this is going to be pretty long. So let's get right into it in a 3, 2, 1. Let's go! Alright, what better way to start off than with the original Super Mario Bros. The game that saved the video game industry. Some people think it's outdated, which it kind of is. Some people think it still holds up, some people don't. What is my take on this? I don't know. I mean, it's a really in the middle game. Not in terms of my score for it and all that. Just a really in the middle game. On the one hand, the controls are still pretty good. They do feel a bit clunky compared to today's standards. But back then, those were some really, really good controls back then. Which is something else you have to take into consideration when talking about games like this. You have to see how, not just how they hold up today, but you do have to take into consideration how they held up at the time. Which, at the time, this was fantastic. This is one of the best games ever back then. That is before the sequels came out, and this one, and like I said, compared to the more recent stuff, this one's kind of bland. But, like I said, it still holds up today, and it's still pretty fun. But it's definitely one of the more bland Mario games out there. But that's because this was the original one. This was on the NES. And the fact that it still kind of holds up and is still pretty fun to play today is honestly cool. Of course, there are only 3 power-ups, but of course, they all became Mario staples, and they're all really fun to use, especially the star. And Mario, like I said, controls pretty well, and the level design is overall good. The music is some of the most iconic video game music out there. So, with all this said, I have to give the original Super Mario Bros. A 7 out of 10. It's still pretty fun today, and was incredible for the time. But compared to some others, it is quite bland, and the level design isn't the best that the series has ever seen. But for a game on the NES, this was fantastic. So the next game we'll be talking about is Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels. And oh my gosh, this title, they didn't lie. Because this game was only released in Japan because they thought America wasn't good enough for this game. Man, how shady of them. Anyway, yeah, this game absolutely sucks. I thought the first game I still thought it was really good, and it does hold up for its time. Oh, but this one, this game is bad. Really, really bad. Okay, maybe I just suck, because I kind of do at this game. But to be fair, this game is so freaking difficult that I don't even care if I suck. I'm mad at it anyway. This level design. The level design in this game is absolutely terrible. I hate the level design in this game. It's so freaking trolly. It's like playing through Endless Mario Challenge in Mario Maker 2, except on Super Expert difficulty. Like, who the heck would do that unless they're literally trying to torture themselves? Yeah, and they didn't fix any problems from the first game. The lack of bosses being only Bowser, they didn't fix that. And how about expanding the 2-player mode? I have an idea. You want it better than a 2-player mode? No 2-player mode at all. Yeah. And I do like the fact that you can play as Luigi, but that's literally the only thing that this game adds, is that you can play as Luigi without having to use multiplayer. But his physics are so awful and wonky that it's not even worth it. And I love how this game just adds one new power-up that just kills you. Wow, how exciting! It's not exciting, Nintendo. It's just trolly, alright? I don't like Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels at all. I think the level design is terrible. They didn't fix any problems from the original game. There's one new power-up that just kills you. I hate this game. I truly hate this game. Not because it's so freaking difficult. Alright, that has a lot to do with it, but it's not the only thing to do with it. So, I just really hate this game and everything it stands for. The lost levels better stay lost. I better never see it again. So, with all this said, I give Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels a rating of a 2 out of 10. I absolutely hate this game. I hate this game. And it is by far my least favorite Mario game of them all. Well, at least main series one at first. There are more I hate from outside of the main series. But in the main series, yeah, I hate this one. And it's definitely by far my least favorite. I hate everything it stands for. I hate this game so much. Next, we got Super Mario Bros. 2. Alright, let's get the obvious out of the way. This game is a reskin of Doki Doki Panic. That means all the praise that this game gets, it should be the same for Doki Doki Panic. But the reason people like this game more and Doki Doki Panic gets no attention is because, you know, Mario, Luigi, Peach, and Toad are in it. So, yeah. Doki Doki Panic got swept under a rock while this game stole all the fame. I don't know if Nintendo's stealing or if that's breaking the law. I don't know. I don't care because this game is fun no matter how you put it. Yeah, I know that I don't really know how to feel like you know, about this game being a copy of Doki Doki Panic. But if I look at the game as a whole and not really about it being stolen, yeah, I really like this one. Unlike Mario 1, there's a much bigger reason to play this because it has such a unique gameplay engine compared to anything else Mario related. There's no Goombas or Koopas this time. Nah, you just pick up an enemy and just throw them across it. Trust me, it's fun. And the 4 playable characters are awesome. And I like how they all have unique abilities. I mean, Peach is obviously the most broken one of them all. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. I just think this has such a unique gameplay compared to any other Mario game out there that it's still really fun to play today. The level design is great. And you know, yes, the bosses are pretty lame with, you know, most of them being just Birdo. Also, shout out to this game or Doki Doki Panic for making Birdo a staple to begin with. That can also be said for Bob-omb, Shy Guys, and others. But I think this game is still a lot of fun today. So in conclusion, I gotta give it an 8.5 out of 10. I really would like to give it a 9, but because of the whole Doki Doki Panic thing, I can't give it a 9 just because of that. But it's still really fun today, and it's definitely still a blast. Even though it is just a reskin of Doki Doki Panic. I'm gonna be honest, this game's kinda overrated. Don't get me wrong, it still is a really, really fun game. But I personally don't think it should get as near as many praises as it does. Don't get me wrong, it's still a fantastic game, no doubt. But calling this one of the best 2D Mario games? That's a bit of an overstatement. I think some other 2D Mario games are better, though I'd still say in terms of 2D Mario, this isn't the upper half, but calling it the best is just way too much over-exaggeration for my taste. Don't get me wrong, the power-ups here are great. I really like the hammer suit, I really like the Tanuki leaf, and the frog suit could just die. I don't really care about that one at all. And of course, all the ones from the original Super Mario come back, which is good. But yeah, the level design's also pretty good. I mean, to be fair, the only one that really stands out to me is the Giant World because that's just the best. But overall, the level design's good. I really do like the Giant World, and that's all I have to say about that. The power-ups are good. The bosses are good, even though most of them are just freaking Boom Boom. Why? But to be fair, this was Boom Boom's first appearance. It wasn't until New Super Mario Bros. U that he released his true wrath on us. But yeah, I think that this game still holds up today pretty well, and it still is fun to play, but calling it one of the best 2D Mario games out there is pushing it. So with all this said, I give Super Mario Bros. 3 a rating of an 8.5 out of 10. Yep, the exact same thing as Mario Bros. 2. There's not really that much of a reason to play this compared to something like Mario Bros. 2 because it pretty much is the exact same gameplay as, you know, the first game. But to be fair, after something so different from Super Mario Bros. 2, a change to the original formula definitely was the best choice for them. And like I said, the level design is pretty great. I really like the Giant World. The bosses are pretty good aside from frickin' Boom Boom, why is he here so many times? And the music's also really good too. But all those make to a really great experience, and a game that still holds up today. Though I do think there are better 2D Mario games out there. Next we got Super Mario Land, also known as what? Yeah, people don't even remember this game exists. And I don't blame them. For it being on the Game Boy and Mario's first ever portable appearance, I can see why this game gets swept under a rock compared to some of the more console stuff. Especially since portability wasn't really that big at the time. Sure, many people owned a Game Boy, but compared to some of the console stuff and the portables following it, well, how big those were, this game was kind of pushed under a rock, unfortunately. Now, how do I think this game is? I don't know, I never even played it. Yep, I have never even played it because I do not have a Game Boy, and no, I am not spending money on that thing. Yeah, but I have to base this off of what I think the game would probably be, and I'd probably say it's pretty much just like a slight downgrade from the original Super Mario. I mean, the music's great, the level design looks pretty good, and I like that they actually changed things up, where they actually made it take place in an entirely different place. And they introduced Daisy. I'm sad that Mario has officially cheated on Peach and went for Daisy now, which absolutely sucks because Luigi needs a girl, but hey, I mean Mario's already a simp and it's no simp September, so I don't really know how to think about that. But And although I think this game was just a downgraded version from what I've seen of the original Super Mario. So I have to give it like a 6.5. The level design looks pretty underwhelming compared to some others. And like I said, there's not really many power-ups in the game. And the Super Ball Flower sucks. And yeah, that's about it. There's not really that much for me to say about this game. It's just downgraded Super Mario Bros. 1. So the next game we have is Super Mario World. Unlike Super Mario Bros. 3, I can actually see why this is called one of the best 2D Mario games. It personally is not my favorite 2D Mario game, but it definitely is up there, and I would definitely say it's in my top 3. This game is fantastic. I'd probably say this is one of the best looking 2D Mario games out there. Although, yes, it didn't have 3D models like we do today. Just there's something really charming about the 16-bit sprite art that they made here. Mario just looks really charming. Same with Yoshi. Oh yeah, Yoshi appeared in this game, and it was his first ever appearance. This is the game that made Yoshi such a huge staple, and it's because of this that we were able to get Yoshi's Island, one of the best platforming games Nintendo has ever created, with Yoshi's Woolly World at a close second. But anyway, yeah, the level design is fantastic, much better than Mario Bros. 3 in my opinion. I'm sad that they cut some of the power-ups from Mario Bros. 3, but to be honest, that was for the best, as some of the new stuff does make up for it. And let me tell you all the new power-ups. The Cape Feather. Yep, that's it. But the Cape Feather is such a broken, super fun to use power-up that I don't even care. Finally, I found a power-up in a Mario game that says, "Oh, I want that!" instead of, alright. The Cape Feather is just truly something special. It is the most broken Mario power-up I have ever seen because you don't even have to play the level to use it. You just run and whoop-de-doo, you're at the end. But yeah, I just really like this game because the level design is fantastic, the music is absolutely slapping, the power-ups are really good, especially the Cape Feather. This game introduced Yoshi, and the bosses are cool. The Koopalings are back from Mario Bros. 3. Normally I would groan, but they're actually much different in this game compared to how they are in other Mario games, so at least that's something. And yeah, I'd say the bosses are great, the music's great, the level design's great, the staples are great, everything about the game is great. So I give it a 9.5 out of 10. The reason I'm not giving it a 10 out of 10 is because there's just others I prefer more, but this is definitely a fantastic 2D Mario game. Now I know what you might be thinking. Oh, you never played Super Mario Land 1. How could you have possibly played Super Mario Land 2? And you would be exactly right. I have never played Super Mario Land 2. Fun fact, did you actually know that they were going to make a Super Mario Land 3 before the creator of the Mario Land series died? Yep, that means we could potentially have a third Mario Land game that was swept under a rock like these two. But anyway, based on what I've seen, this looks like one of the most underrated 2D Mario games of all time. This game looks fantastic. This game just looks really incredible. Like the original Super Mario Land, it has a completely unique place with Mario owning a castle. I don't remember signing a petition to see that. But yeah, then this game also introduced Wario. Who doesn't like Wario? I mean, I know Mario doesn't, but us fans do. And Wario also brought along Waluigi when Mario Tennis came around, so you gotta praise him for that. Anyway, so how's the level design? Like I said, I never played this game before, but from what I've seen, it looks great. As you can see here, there's a lot of secrets to find within the levels too, and they don't necessarily have to rely on star coins for secrets, which like the new Super Mario Bros. Games do, which that's cool. There's also a lot of unique enemies in the game too. The power-ups are really cool. Of course, you got the Fireball Flower. Thank God the Super Ball Flower is not here. I almost had to sound my alarms for that. Of course, they have the Mushroom and a heart replacing the 1-ups. I don't really understand why they don't have 1-ups and have hearts, but to be fair, the original Super Mario Land had that. And anything a carrot gives you the bunny suit. I mean, that doesn't happen to me when I eat carrots, but Mario is always a weirdo anyway, so that's fine. But yeah, the music's also really good in this game too. May not be quite as good as the first one, but it's still got some bopping tunes to it. So yeah, I think Mario Land 2, from what I've seen, gets a 9 out of 10. Oh, this is the same as Super Mario Land for a game that you never played. Oh my gosh, you're a rebel. Yes, you are exactly right. Like, this game just looks so incredibly fun and looks so underrated. And if Game Boy games ever do come to the Nintendo Switch Online, I would love to try out this and the original Super Mario Land. They both look like such great times, with this one obviously being the better one. But both of them look so fun, and I just really want to try them out. Come on, Nintendo. Bring us Game Boy games online. Did you know that this game was named Mario 64, not because it was on the Nintendo 64, but because it actually was the 64th Mario game?
Coincidence? I think not.
But anyway, this game is fantastic. This game revolutionized 3D platforming, and it still holds up today. Yeah, the graphics look pretty freaking hideous. I mean, I can't tell if Pennywise or this game is more ugly, but I'm going to have to give the slight edge to Pennywise. But this game, it's such a staple in terms of 3D gaming. This was the thing that revolutionized 3D gaming as a whole. I know I said that, but I need to think of other things here. But yeah, this game has fantastic level design. Sure, there are a few that suck booty, like Dire Docks, and of course, who can forget the absolutely terrible Wet Dry World. I absolutely despise that one. But there's some real classics in here, like Womp's Fortress, Bob-omb Battlefield, Lethal Lava Land, and all the Bowser levels are fantastic too. The bosses do suck because they're literally all just Bowser, but the level design is so great, and this game has such an impact on 3D platforming, and the music is so incredible that it simply has to be a 9.5 out of 10 game. I absolutely loved this game. Not just because of the impact that it had, but because it aged well. Well, not in terms of the graphics, but in terms of the gameplay and the level design and the music, all of that still holds up today, and the game is still a blast. Next, we got Mario Sunshine. All hail the Sunshine Lords. All hail the Sunshine Lords. All hail the Sunshine Lords. Wait, what? No, I'm not starting it cold. If you are a fan of my channel, then you saw this coming from a mile away. This game is a 10 out of 10. This game is absolutely perfection in my eyes. The game hasn't aged a bit. The game still looks incredible. It may not look as good as some of the more recent stuff, but it still looks and it feels incredible to control. The Flood Pack is one of the most ingenious Mario things ever created of all time. The beach theme is absolutely fantastic and makes for some very interesting level design and beach things as a whole that were inspired by it. Like a hotel, a town, whatever the heck Bianco Hills is supposed to be that represents the beach. There's just so much variety in the level design. And like I said, Flood giving you access to some new moves makes some really great move diversity and makes it just so fun to control. And the game is just really satisfying to play too. And if you're looking for a hard 3D Mario game, oh boy, this is gonna do it for you. Trust me, I don't suck or anything, but this is definitely one of the harder Mario games out there. But yeah, for what I said, the music is absolutely slapping. I'd say this is one of the best Mario game soundtracks of all time. The music's incredible, the level design's incredible, the gimmick's incredible, Flood is incredible, everything is incredible, Toadsworth is incredible. This game also introduced Bowser Jr., Petey Piranha, so many other underrated Mario characters, like Toadsworth. With all this said, I think Super Mario Sunshine is a 10 out of 10 game. It is perfect level design, perfect level themes, perfect music, perfect gimmicks, perfect characters, and had so much impact on the Mario series. It may not be as much as, let's say, the original Super Mario, Mario Bros. 3, Mario World, or Mario 64, or Galaxy, but this game introduced so many Mario staples like Petey Piranha and Bowser Jr. that this game is such a big importance to the Mario series, and to show that the Mario series can change up a big formula like this and still be really fun and unique. All this making it gives Mario Sunshine a 10 out of 10, and it is by far my favorite Mario game of all time. So the next game we'll be talking about is Super Mario 64 DS. The only 3D Mario game that actually got a complete remake done. Yeah, they remade this game from the ground up, and I absolutely love it. I like this more than the original Super Mario 64 because there's just so much more to do. There's so many new levels here, or not so many, but there's enough to keep me entertained and go like, wow, look how cool this new level is. Oh my gosh, a Mario Sunshine reference, can I squeal with glee now? And the answer is yes I can. But let me tell you about the biggest additions. Alright, one, minigames, I'm gonna get to that in a bit. But you can play as 4 freaking characters in this game, like what? Surprisingly, Mario actually isn't the first character you start out with. You actually start out with Yoshi. I mean, can we just call this Yoshi 64 DS instead? I mean, I'm fine with that. But honestly, I think a change like this is honestly really cool and definitely does help differentiate the 64 DS version and the original 64 version. The graphics do help that out a lot, plus the new levels and all the additions and stuff like that. But having a completely new character be the starting one this time around that has his own new complete gimmicks with Yoshi's flutter jump and being able to eat enemies and turn them into eggs like in Yoshi's Island, I think is awesome. Plus, you can also unlock Luigi and Wario. Wario's really only used to break the black bricks. Like let's be honest, no one actually ever likes playing as Wario in this game because he's so slow and barely jumps anything. And Luigi is basically God in this game. I mean, he can walk on water. I mean, if Luigi's God confirmed, then that's even more reason why he's my channel mascot. But yeah, Luigi's by far the best character to play as in this game because he can slow his descent after jumping, literally walk on water like he's freaking God over here, because he is. And Luigi can also do the spin jump backflip. I don't really know the official name for that. I had to look it up and I still don't understand what the name's supposed to be. But that move basically breaks the entire game. Oh yeah, can I just tell you that Yoshi literally turns into anybody he wants? Yep, at any moment when you're playing as Yoshi, just tap on the bottom screen. Yoshi has one of all the bros hats stored. I don't really get how that works. So yeah, and then you can basically just turn into whoever the heck he feels like it. That's nice. So now I'm gonna look at the other stuff they added aside from the characters. Like I said, mini games. And yes, they're some of the best things Nintendo has ever incorporated into a Mario game. I absolutely adore these mini games. Sure, not all of them are great. Some of them are pretty bad, like the loves me not. I mean, no kid actually understands what that means. I thought it was just a flower picking simulator where you just pick petals off a flower. Which, I mean, that is what it is. But, like, I don't see why any kid would understand what loves me and loves me not is. But besides, what kid how's it gonna play? Even if a kid did understand that, what kid would possibly go, oh, let me see if my crush loves me from playing this game? That's not a good way to live, kids. Don't let a flower decide your life choices. Anyway, yeah, but the minigames overall are great. I really love the one where you have to launch the cannonball so the bombs don't hit the flowers. Luigi in a casino is one of the best things I've ever seen ever, so that has that going for it too. And yeah, a lot of the minigames are great. The 4 new characters are awesome additions. Some people complain about the controls. Yeah, I could see it, but you want to know the truth? I've never actually played Mario 64 on the DS. They might be wondering, oh, how can you say all this positive stuff if you haven't played it before? The thing is, I have, but on my 3DS. Yep, I've never played it on a DS because I don't want to, and I want to play it on the 3DS. Yep, so that's why I don't have a problem with the controls, because I actually use the C-Stick from the 3DS. But yeah, with all this said, it's basically just a much better original Mario 64. I am sad that they're not incorporating any elements of this game, like any of the new stuff that this game offered in Mario 3D All-Stars. But still, I'm so happy this game exists and shows that Nintendo truly cared about porting this game over to show off the power of the DS. So with everything I said, I give Super Mario 64 DS a rating of a 9.9 out of 10. It is a fantastic, simply fantastic remake of the original Super Mario 64. With mini games, new characters, new levels, new, everything you could ever want in a remake of Super Mario 64 is here, and it is fantastic. Next, we got New Super Mario Bros. DS. Now, yes, I know this was the beginning of everyone's least favorite little era, but back then, this game was praised in the highest regard. People kept saying this game was going to be seen the same way as Mario Bros. 3 and Mario World are today. And yeah, that didn't end up happening, mainly because of things like 2 and U. Those kind of brought the series down a little bit for a lot of people. But how does Mario Bros. DS hold up today? Honestly, really well. I think this game is still a blast to play today. I think the level design is great. The music is, it is your stereotypical Mario music, but it's still pretty good. And want me to tell you what this game has that other Mario games don't? Well, one, an actual good multiplayer mode. Seriously, the Mario vs. Luigi mode is incredible. I mean, I never played it, but it looks incredible from what I've seen. Just Mario and Luigi. One person's Luigi, one person's Mario. The end. I'm joking. So, with those two, you want to try to collect 5 stars, and the first person to do so wins. It sounds boring, but when you get crazy powers like the Mega Mushroom and can knock stars out of other people, it is crazy as all heck, and it is a blast. You want to know what else this game has? Mini games. Yes, most of them are stolen from Mario 64 DS, which does suck, but the mini games here are still really fun, and the new ones they added are really good too. Most of them are pretty underwhelming. But the one where you have to drag the Bob-omb away so he doesn't hit the fire is a lot of fun. And how does the level design hold up? Honestly, really well. This game has some great level design, with many unique gimmicks to accompany it. The bosses are by far the best in the new Super Mario Bros. Series, and by far some of the best Mario bosses of all time, because there's just so many unique ones. There's no Koopalings in this game or anything. No boss is similar to another. And I like the fact that Petey Piranha actually appears in this game as a 2D boss. Yeah, I get this is the Mario game after Sunshine and all, but still, seeing him as a 2D boss is really awesome. Sure, he is one of the weaker ones, but he's still pretty cool. The fact that all the bosses are unique, the level design is great, the music's fantastic, and it has actual side content to it, make me really like this game, and definitely one of the best 2D Mario games. And in my opinion, I think it deserves a 9 out of 10. So the reason I'm not going to put it any higher is because I think the game could have been a bit longer. I don't really like the fact that you have to beat 2 bosses with the mini mushroom to unlock 2 secret worlds. And if you don't do that, then 6 worlds is really all you get, which is really short. Despite Mario's pretty hideous sprite, the game still looks pretty great today, and still holds up as one of the best 2D Mario games. So the next game we'll be talking about is Scott DeWaz's favorite game of all time, Super Mario Galaxy. And although I am a Sunshine fan, yeah, this game is simply near phenomenal. I love Super Mario Galaxy, and I don't know a single person who doesn't. As you know, gravity has gone completely buck wild, and I mean, Newton was a lie anyway, so I don't really care. You basically become God and just ignore the laws of physics completely. You can walk around planets. I don't remember selling my soul for that. But what else does this game add? It adds a spin jump, which is by far one of the best moves Mario's had aside from the dive. Not only does it help you recorrect the jump, which it's very obvious to mess up jumps in 3D space, but it's also balanced. Once you use it once in the air, you can't use it again until you land. And after you use it, for like an attack or something, there's a bit of delay before you can use it again. So you do need to take into consideration when you should use it and when you shouldn't. I never thought they'd add strategy for a freaking spinning move of all things, but hey, I appreciate it. The music. What the heck can I possibly say about the music that hasn't been said a million times? It's fantastic and by far one of the best Mario soundtracks of all time. Tied, if not better, than Galaxy 2. You want to know what else this game has? Fantastic level design. Yep, I mean, what a shocker, right? Oh my gosh, Super Mario Galaxy has fantastic levels. Yeah, it does. I absolutely adore the level design here. I just absolutely adore it. What else did I not talk about yet? Oh yeah, this game introduced Rosalina, a waifu that literally every adult is in love with. And it also introduced Lumas and Honey Queen, everyone's favorite addition to this game. With everything I said, I give Super Mario Galaxy a rating of a 9.5 out of 10. Why does it not get a 10 out of 10? I don't know, I just like Sunshine more. I only give 10 out of 10s to my favorite Mario game of all time, which like I said is Sunshine. But don't get me wrong, this is my third favorite Mario game of all time. Third favorite, only getting beat up by Galaxy 2, which I'll get to soon, and of course Sunshine. But yeah, this game is simply phenomenal, and I am so glad that I'll be able to enjoy it once again, portably, in Super Mario 3D All-Stars. So the next game we'll be talking about is New Super Mario Bros. Wii. And I'm just going to be honest, and I'm going to go out and say it. This is my favorite 2D Mario game. Why? Nostalgia. Yeah, this is the first 2D Mario game I've ever played. Actually, I don't know. It could be this or New Super Mario Bros. DS. But I have more fond memories of this. This is the one I would constantly play and get angry at whenever I got a game over. God, I sucked when I was younger. But this game has a very good story. The gang hangs out, and then bam, Peach gets captured by getting a cake thrown on her. Don't know how physics apply to that, but okay. Unoriginal story aside, this game has so many great things about it. First, let me just talk about the new power-ups, because this game, by far, has the best new power-ups of any Mario game out there. The propeller mushroom is fantastic. A quick shake of the Wii remote, which I don't think is obnoxious like other people do. And you get a quick burst of movement up, and you can shake to slow your descent down, and you can even press down on the arrow key if you want to absolutely just slam down. Man, I did not mean to phrase that word like that. Anyway, and there's also the penguin suit, which is basically just better ice flower, which I'll get to the ice flower in a bit. So, for the penguin suit, I think you walk slower on land, kind of like effects of the frog suit, but you swim really well underwater, and you can belly slide across the ground, which is fantastic. I don't really understand why the penguin suit needed the ice ball power up though, because the penguin suit still was pretty good without it. And of course, now the ice flower. Wow, why? How did it take so long for Nintendo to implement a power up like this? I get it was in Mario Galaxy, but the way it works here is completely different. It's basically just an opposite to the fire flower, and I love it. But my biggest question is, why the heck is the ice flower not in Mario Maker? Other than that weird decision from Nintendo aside, let me talk about the level design. It is fantastic. I love the level design in this game. Sure, the gimmicks may not be that unique, but I still really love it. They don't have to have unique gimmicks. I do appreciate it when they do, but for games like this, simple level design works. Because even though it's simple, just the design of them and there are some aspects to them that are unique, don't get me wrong. But they are most similar to New Super Mario Bros. DS, where they don't really have that many new gimmicks, but they still have enough to keep most of the levels entertaining. I really like that one in the forest where you gotta ride the skulls without letting enemies touch it. I really, really like that one. You wanna know what else I really like? Multiplayer. And New Super Mario Bros. Wii makes me hate and love multiplayer. Man, I never thought I'd ever say that. But yeah, multiplayer is some people's torture and some people's blessing. I have never played multiplayer. Yep. Actually, no, that was a lie. I have. I did it at a friend's house, and it was absolutely the most chaotic thing I've ever experienced in my life. I think I got a seizure from playing that. The boss fights are the Koopalings, which... just kidding. I'll allow them here. I don't like them here. I'm not going to use a picket sign on them, because this is the first time we've actually seen them in quite a long time when this game came out. The last game we saw them in was Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga, and calling that a main Mario game is a lie. The boss fights are pretty fun, and they are pretty fun. They may be similar to some others in the new Super Mario Bros. Series, but for this being the first one to bring back the Koopalings and give them their own unique gimmicks and stuff like that, the newer New Super Mario Bros. Games will copy, I'll allow it here, solely because this is the game that made them brought back into the modern era, so I'll allow it here. So, and the music is pretty much your happy-go-lucky Mario music. So with all that said, with fantastic boss fights, fantastic level design, fantastic level gimmicks, absolutely fantastic but also rage-inducing multiplayer, I give this game a 9.5 out of 10. This is my favorite 2D Mario. I know it's because of my nostalgia, but I don't care. I'm a rebel anyways. So, yeah, I absolutely adore this game. And if you're discriminating this game just because it's a new Super Mario Bros. Game, then play it and you'll actually realize how fantastic it really is. Next we got Mario Galaxy 2, and wow, they should really rename this to Mario Galaxy 1.5. I'm gonna be honest, nothing really screams sequel or evolution about this one. But to be fair, it's not gonna really need to be. One, it'd probably have to be on a more powerful console like the Switch in order to make it feel different from the original. Plus, I mean, what really needed that much changing with Mario Galaxy to begin with? I mean, it's literally just Mario Galaxy 1, but I mean, that's pretty much what everyone would want for a sequel anyway. Nintendo would probably get absolutely sued if they did anything aside from that. But, alright, Super Mario Galaxy 2. I'll give time for my introduction of why I like Super Mario Galaxy 2 better than Mario Galaxy 1. 1, I think the level design is better. 2, there are more unique galaxies in this game than Galaxy 1. 3, introduce new power-ups. 4, Cloud Flower. 5, Yoshi. 6, Thick Yoshi. 7, Light Yoshi. 8, Sonic Yoshi. 9, Starship Mario. Yeah, I know people like the Comet Observatory much more, but I'm more of a Starship Mario kind of guy. There's much more to do in this one than the Comet Observatory could ever do. Yeah, this thing is the size of a freaking dime compared to Comet Observatory, but there's much more to do here. Yeah, everything does look a little cramped, but yeah. Can I also say I prefer the world map in Galaxy 2 to Galaxy 1? I feel like in Galaxy 1, it was just the levels being organized in like this little dome. I think that was kind of annoying. Instead, you have all the levels here organized in just like one spot and you just go to world. I think that makes things much more simple, but in turn makes it much easier to get to levels. And that's my little segment of why I like Galaxy 2 more than 1. But how do I rate this game compared to the other Mario games and excluding Galaxy 1? I give it a 9.9 out of 10. Yes, I know that I'm only doing 0.5 most of the time, but I'm being a rebel again, so I don't really care. Yeah, I'd say this is better than Galaxy 1 in every single way. I love Yoshi, the Cloud Flower, the level design more, the music is pretty much on par, if not slightly better. They put all the best aspects of Galaxy 1 into this game, and it paid off. But one thing, why the heck is this not in 3D All-Stars? So the next game I'll be talking about is Super Mario 3D Land. I have a lot of nostalgia towards this game. As it being the first 3D Mario game I've ever played, it introduced me to this type of Mario. Not the open world ones, it took me till Mario 64 DS to get to that point. But it introduced me to this type of 3D Mario, aka the 3D Land, Galaxy, and 3D World. And I like how this game really just tells you that it's supposedly Super Mario Land, but in 3D just by looking at the title. But it's its own unique thing. I'm glad about that. Anyway, I really like this game. I think the level design is absolutely fantastic. And although this game may not really have any unique gimmicks to it, like some other Mario games do, I'm personally alright with that. The point of this game was to be kind of like Galaxy, and it's basically like a mix of Galaxy and the new Super Mario Bros. Series, which personally I'm alright with. And don't act like this game doesn't have its own unique things, because it does. Unlike Galaxy, this is kind of its own original take on 3D Mario, so there is that is completely unique kind of 3D Mario. It brought the Tanuki suit back, not the Tanuki Leaf, that's kind of lame, but the Tanuki suit is still a great addition. It introduced boxes like the coin box and the propeller box. I don't really like either of them, but at least it's something it introduced. And I really like the clock theme. There's just something great about clock themes in Mario games that I can't really describe. And this game has a boatload of content. It's got 16 freaking worlds in it. Oh, you don't think 8's enough for you, huh? Alright, well, let's get up the ante with 16. Yep. There's basically 16 worlds. Of course, you go through the first 8 to rescue Peach and all that. But then, you go through 8 special worlds. I think those are pretty much just remakes of the levels from the first 8 worlds, but made harder. I personally like that because, I like challenging my Mario games. And, oh yeah, did you know there's actually a reason to go through all the 8 worlds? Okay, not all 8 of them, but at least one of them. Because you get to actually unlock Luigi, and that just boosted my rating by like 10 points up just for that. But yeah, I really like the level design. The game introduced this kind of 3D Mario. The bosses, are pretty lame. It's literally just Boom Boom. and it's literally just Pom Pom, and it's literally just Bowser, yeah, that's basically all you get. Heck, Bowser Jr. doesn't even show up in this game, nor the Koopalings. The Koopalings I'm okay with, but Bowser Jr. is quite odd. So, yeah. I personally give this game a 9 out of 10. I think it has great level design, great music. It introduced this type of 3D Mario, which I personally do like this type of 3D Mario. And the power-ups are honestly good in it. There may be a lack of some, but the power-ups they do have are still good. And this game has a lot of content. I mean, 16 freaking worlds. You can't argue with that. I hope you're all excited to see me take a dump on New Super Mario Bros. 2. Now, let me just explain why I don't really like this game that much. 1. The level design is by far the most bland of the entire New Super Mario Bros. Series. 2. They introduced the least new power-ups. The only thing they added was a gold fire flower. Big whoop-de-doo. Yeah, I get that New Super Mario Bros. U only added the squirrel suit and all, which I'll get to in a bit. But at least that they cared enough to make a better version of the squirrel suit. It's literally this one new power-up is literally just an enhanced fire flower that has a spread of effect and turns everything it touches into coins. Yay. And although, yes, at least this game does have a gimmick, but the gimmick is practically non-existent. It's just coin bonanza, and I don't really care. Collecting the coins is not really satisfying at all and doesn't change the gameplay at all, which is something the series really needs to do. And when it comes to the coins, there should be a story of why there's so many coins, and here's a big problem. You will never, ever get a game over in this game. Yeah, I know Mario games are pretty easy, but why would they make getting a 1-up still 100 coins? There's like 1,000 coins in each level. Alright, that's a bit of an over-exaggeration, but not by much. Like, you can play this game for like 5 minutes, look at your life counter, and like, wow, when did I get infinite lives? The answer is, you did by playing the game. Yeah, you'll literally never get a game over unless you purposely get a game over. Which I've actually tried myself. Don't do it, kids. It takes forever. But anyway, yeah, I think the level design's bland. I think the power-ups they added aren't good. I like how the Mega Mushroom is even more useless than what it was in the DS version. And that's all I really have to say. There's not much for me to say. Except that it's basically New Super Mario Bros. DS. But with worse power-ups, more bland level design, and with a new gimmick that's practically non-existent and adds nothing to the gameplay. With all this said, I have to give New Super Mario Bros. 2 a 5 out of 10. I've already explained my reasoning, but the reason it's not any lower is because I still can find some good stuff out of this game. I really like the Coin Rush mode and the DLC for it and all that. That mode I really like. Playing the main game is just I'm not really that big a fan of it. So the next game we'll be talking about is New Super Mario Bros. U. This is basically just New Super Mario Bros. 2, except better. Like I said, this game did only introduce one new power-up, but unlike New Super Mario Bros. 2, this power-up is actually incredibly unique and functions in its own way, and it is quite fun to use. Of course, I'm talking about the acorn. In the acorn, if you grab it, you basically turn into a flying squirrel thing. I think that's what it is. And like I said, it functions in its own unique way. And like I said, there actually is an enhanced version of it called the P-Acorn. It's where you could just fly for however the heck long you feel like it. I think the level design in this game is much better than the level design in New Super Mario Bros. 2. I also think that there are much more unique gimmicks than in New Super Mario Bros. 2. And I think the bosses are better than in New Super Mario Bros. 2. I didn't talk about the bosses when I was doing New Super Mario Bros. 2 because I don't want to think about the bosses in New Super Mario Bros. 2. Why am I saying so much of New Super Mario Bros. 2? Anyway, so now stuff that I'm going to talk about that just has to do with this game and nothing with New Super Mario Bros. 2. I like how they brought Yoshi back. You still can't take him outside of the level you find him in. That's kind of odd. But here's the big new addition. Baby Yoshis. They're alright. I mean, they don't really add that much. Sure, there are different kinds. I mean, I like the blue one the most because he spits out bubbles. I think that's pretty cool. And he can trap enemies in it. The pink one can fly. It's basically just like a nerfed version of the squirrel suit. Because although, yes, you could fly longer, you don't go near as much distance with it. And then there's the yellow one that's basically just an actual living light block from New Super Mario Bros. Wii. Don't really get why that exists, but okay. But Yeah, I think the most notable difference of the Baby Yoshis is that they actually had humming to the background song, which is the cutest and best thing I've ever imagined in life. So, yeah, there's not really that much for me to say about this game. It's just better than New Super Mario Bros. 2. So, with all this said, I have to give it an 8.5 out of 10. It's basically just a middle-of-the-road Mario game. Better than New Super Mario Bros. 2, but worse than the first two New Super Mario Bros. Games. It is still quite fun, but it definitely could have been a much more unique experience if they just changed the formula a little bit. Oh my gosh, those mad lads at Nintendo. They took New Super Mario Bros. U and did it again. Yeah, this game, as you know, this game was made for the year of Luigi and was basically DLC for New Super Mario Bros. U. And actually got his own physical release, which is actually the one I have, and appeared in New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. I still regret buying that. But anyway, I personally have the same exact feelings of this game as New Super Mario Bros. U. I'm glad that this one at least has a gimmick and that you only have 100 seconds to beat each level and the levels are much shorter than they were in New Super Mario Bros. U. I really liked how they added a gimmick here, and the fact that Luigi controls much different than Mario ever felt in the other games gives the level design much more unique properties and makes it so that it supports Luigi's new style control, which I really like that. But to be fair, the level design is basically near identical to the original New Super Mario Bros. U. Yeah, I know the levels are completely different, but both of the levels in these games feel so similar, and I feel like a lot of that has to do with the level themes themselves. The level themes are the exact same from the original New Super Mario Bros. U. They didn't change the world map, level themes, or nothing. They just changed the design of the levels. And honestly, they feel really similar. So, I kind of makes me ignore all these changes that they added to the formula because the levels are so similar to the ones in the original New Super Mario Bros. U. There's not really that much for me to say. It's basically just New Super Mario Bros. U with different level design, with Luigi, when each level is 100 seconds and much shorter. Normally that would sound like a good thing for a change in the formula, but the fact that the levels are already so similar to the ones in normal Super Mario Bros. U, and the fact that the level themes are exactly the same, really devalues the fact that this game has even a new gimmick to it at all. If they just changed the themes and maybe the world map, this could have easily been one of the best New Super Mario Bros. Games, and heck, I could have even said one of the best 2D Mario games out there. But because they were kind of lazy and didn't change the world map at all or add any new level themes, this game honestly feels way too similar to New Super Mario Bros. U. And honestly, that makes me give it the exact same score as it. If it was just a little more different, it could have easily been a 9, heck, even maybe a 9.5 out of 10. But as it is, it's just sitting at a solid 8.5, same as the original New Super Mario Bros. U. Alright, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not that big a fan of 3D World. Don't get me wrong, it still is a great game and all, but I don't know, it's just not really my thing. I know I said I really like 3D Land and this style of 3D Mario, which is true, but I don't know, there's just something really off about this one to me. I don't really know what it is. I'm just not that big a fan of it. Like I said, I still think the game is great, and I'm very much going to buy Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury on the Switch. So yeah, so take into consideration that even though this is probably my least favorite 3D Mario, I'm still going to buy it on the Switch, so at least that means something. I don't know. There are much more new, unique level gimmicks here than there were in 3D Land. I think the power-ups are better, plus they had the cat suit, which was literally the best thing ever created. The music's absolutely incredible too. I'd say it's much better than 3D Land's. It's basically just a better version of 3D Land. You might be wondering, oh, why don't you like it more? Honestly, I have no idea. I think I'm just so used to 3D Land and how the way that game plays and the levels in that I guess I just don't accept these games' levels. I don't know. I don't really have much explanation. I just prefer 3D Land more. I know 3D World is the better game, but I don't know. I personally just prefer 3D Land. And, oh yeah, there's 5 freaking characters in this game. Like, oh my gosh. Sure, they're the same ones from Super Mario Bros. 2, with Rosalina being the exception because she wasn't even created by the time Super Mario Bros. 2 came out. Oh boy, that was a mouthful to say. With all this said, I give Super Mario 3D World a rating of an 8.5 out of 10. Like I said, it is the better game compared to 3D Land, but I just like 3D Land more simply because I'm so much more used to that game and enjoyed that game more just because I played that one first. I know I'm a nostalgic guy, okay? In other words, yeah, this definitely is a better game than Super Mario 3D Land, but I don't know, there's just something off about it. But when Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury comes out, you better know I'm buying that for the online multiplayer, baby! Actually, I'm gonna cancel the video, because it's time for me to look outside my daily window. Oh, look over there, that must be the Mario Odyssey community trying to kill me, because they don't think it's the best 3D Mario game. That's not out of the ordinary. In all seriousness though, the next game we have, and the last game we have, is Super Mario Odyssey. And oh my gosh, this is not my favorite 3D Mario game. From the way I said that, it makes it sound like I don't love Odyssey. I do, but it's not as good as other people say it is. Alright, let me explain my negatives. Actually, never mind, I'm going to talk about the positives first. One, the level design. The level design is simply incredible. I love the level design. I love that level design. Oh my gosh, why did I say it like that? Made me sound like a creep. And another thing I love is the move variety that Mario has. With Cappy, I'm gonna get to Cappy soon. He adds so many more unique moves to the game that just make controlling him as a whole extremely fun. Oh, now it's time for me to talk about Cappy. This ghost hat with eyeballs changes everything in the game. You can capture literally anything you see. You want to capture a big stretchy caterpillar? Throw your hat at it and you can do that. You want to become a frog? I'm not joking, an actual frog. You can do that too. Capturing is a very, very unique idea. Oh, and it's not just some kind of gimmick that adds stuff to the game. Alright, kinda. It's literally, the whole game is based around it. I mean, sure, Mario Galaxy and Mario Sunshine had that too, but it feels most prevalent in this game. But what I really like is that you don't have to go one specific way to go places. Since the kingdoms are designed so well that you can go anywhere you want in any way. Like, you want to go past the hills in Luncheon Kingdom? Alright, sure, you could just go around, but you can also climb over the damn mountains if you want to, if you're a rebel like me. And there's another thing I should mention, the graphics. I know people normally would say stuff about Galaxy, and yes, those are fantastic graphics, but oh my gosh, the graphics just look great here, especially in Lost Kingdom. Another thing that I really like about this game is a story. Yes, Peach gets kidnapped. What a unique idea. All jokes aside about that though, the story actually goes much deeper. I like how Cappy actually has a reason to helping out Mario because his sister got captured. But seriously though, can they not come up with something more original? But what I really like is that we got confirmation that Mario's a simp. Yeah, I really like that. Mario literally just got rejected by Peach. I think it would have been funnier if Peach just rolled off with Bowser and then Bowser just waved at Mario. I think waved by at Mario. I would think that would have been pretty funny. But the fact that she just rejected Mario makes me really interested to see what's actually going to happen in the inevitable Super Mario Odyssey 2, which I'm totally going to buy. And I'm totally going to enjoy. So what are my negatives of Mario Odyssey? Well, a lot of the moons in the game feel very, how do I say it, non-existent, if that's the right word to use. What I basically mean by this is that a lot of the moons in the game feel like filler. I get that they're trying to bring it out to 999 moons so you can have a lot to do. But when the moons start feeling really less valuable near the end, it only feels like such a slog to get them all. And I know that's only for the true completionists, and I'm not. But it's so obvious that they're just making a bunch of unoriginal moons. I can only think of like 25% of the moons as being completely original. All the others are just, it's hidden somewhere. 2, you have to ground pound in this stupid spot, which I absolutely hate. 3, they're either casino stuff, or 4, they're pretty similar bonus rooms. I really do like the bonus rooms, but some of them are so similar to each other that I'm not really that big a fan of that. But the bonus rooms as a whole, great idea. The execution, it's alright. And the music isn't really that good either. Definitely on the weaker end when it comes to music in Mario games. I really like Cascade Kingdom. Metro Kingdom's good. Lost Kingdom's also pretty decent. Jump Up Superstar is fantastic. And I don't know what this song's name is at the end where you go through the path as Bowser, but I really like that song too. But yeah, that's pretty much all I can think of. The music isn't that great if I'm being honest. But those are pretty much my only negatives. Overall, this is an incredibly built together game, and I still love it to this day, and I definitely play it a lot. So, with all this said, I have to give Super Mario Odyssey a rating of a 9.5 out of 10. I may not enjoy it as much as other games that I put at a 9 out of 9.5, but I definitely think this is one of the best Mario games. It may not be one of my favorites, but I definitely do think it is one of the best Mario games, and definitely one of the most built together ones at that. I'm done. I'm finally done with that. Anyway, now that I'm finally done with all the Mario games. So I can finally take a break now. Wait, Super Mario All-Stars is coming on Friday and I have to make an Angry video on it before Nathaniel Bandy does so I can actually get views on it? Dang it! Well, anyway, jokes about that aside, plus the foreshadowing, what did you guys think of this video? Do you agree with my opinions? Do you disagree with my opinions? Let me know in the comment section down below. I really respect all comments. And if you like this video, why not leave a like on it and subscribe to my channel for more content like this in the future. Just going to let you know I'm going to be making a compilation of this, and this part I'm saying about the compilation will be cut out in said compilation. So there's also going to be 3 extra games that I didn't include in part 1 and 2, so you should definitely watch it if you think it's just going to be the same. No, it's going to be different. So be sure to watch that if you like these. So thank you guys for watching. See you soon. Later.